Alright, so after the release of the Eminem Show, which is a very good album, personally my favorite album by Eminem, fans were excited for another album from him. Encore released on November 12, 2004 and it sold 1.5 million copies in its second week. It also reached number 1 in 10 other countries. So this album was of course a commercial success, but Encore to many is Eminem's worst project to date, maybe other than Revival. It was criticized for its lackluster quality and for lacking lyrical content. But is Encore really as bad as people say it is? The answer is, well, yes, it is pretty bad. However, I do like this album. It is just nostalgic to me. It brings me back to when I used to listen to it in like middle school. Even the trash songs I listened to, and they just gave me this nostalgic feeling. So I personally do enjoy this album. However, compared to his previous albums like the Marshall Mathers LP and the Eminem Show, this was a massive step in the wrong direction. Eminem was on drugs heavily while recording this album, which explains tracks like Big Weenie and Rain Man. A lot of these songs feel like Eminem is just putting random lyrics over a beat just to fill a slot on the album. On Rain Man, Eminem even has the line saying, "And I don't even gotta make no goddamn sense, I just did a whole song and I didn't say shit." At least he's being honest. While I think there is some good tracks on this album, which I'm going to go over later on in this video, most of this album is just random trash. But I'm not gonna lie, one thing about this album also is that it is pretty funny. Like, some tracks are like so bad they just give you a good laugh, and I seriously think Eminem purposely made them sound bad. I mean, come on, you can't listen to a song like My First Single and tell me that Eminem was trying in that song. That is easily one of the worst Eminem tracks ever made, if not the worst. And then there's Big Weenie, which is supposedly a diss track to Ja Rule, and it is seriously god awful. The one thing about it is it has a good beat, but it's the worst diss track Eminem has ever made, and I honestly wouldn't even call it a diss track. It's more of like a parody of a diss track. And then there's Ass Like That, and like, I don't know what it is about Eminem, but when he makes songs like this, it just sounds so wrong. Like, it just seems like he's not meant to make club songs about girls' asses, and he raps in this like Arabic voice, and it's just a really bad song. It's awful. I mean, I could probably list like almost every track, but the songs that I personally think are trash on this album are Evil Deeds, Mosh, Puke, My First Single, Rain Man, Big Weenie, Just Lose It, and Ass Like That. Now, there is some songs that I think are really good, like Toy Soldiers is a very good track, talking about how much energy he spent beefing, how things were being taken too far. The sample and hook are just beautiful, and it is a very good track. I also love the track Mockingbird. Some people love it, some people hate it, but I love it. The beat is beautifully put together, the lyrics are heartwarming and depressing, and I honestly think it is just a masterpiece. Yellow Brick Road, Never Enough, One Shot, Two Shot, and Encore, tracks that I'm not a huge fan of, but I still think they are pretty decent tracks, definitely not trash. There's two tracks I want to talk about that I think I really like, but no one else does, and that's Spend Some Time and Crazy in Love. I know these songs are super lackluster Eminem tracks, and they're pretty boring, and I doubt anyone goes back to listen to them. But again, they just give me this nostalgic feeling and just bring me back to old times. Something about these tracks just really bring back a lot of memories. Now let's talk about the 3 bonus tracks which are on the deluxe edition of Encore, and I love all 3 of these tracks. We As Americans, Love You More, and Ricky Tikki Talk. I love these tracks. I think We As Americans is such a good Eminem song. I think it's an amazing track. And Love You More also gives me that nostalgic feeling, and Ricky Tikki Talk is a short track, but I still do enjoy it. So is Encore really that bad? The answer is yes. Compared to Eminem's projects before this album, it is awful. But do I myself like this album? Yes, I do. I like Encore. I know it's awful, but I like it. A lot of you have probably seen a movie that you know is awful and that has bad reviews and critics hate it, but you still enjoy it. That's what Encore is like to me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, dropping a like would help me out a lot. Also, subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.